India's unprecedented urban growth in the last few decades and the growing threat of climate change have put forth numerous challenges for cities. The various climatic zones in our country make the problem more complex for cities. To address these emerging challenges, India needs climate-sensitive urban development to enhance ease of living and sustain economic growth. With this objective, the Government of India, under the ambit of Smart Cities mission, decided to provide a clear roadmap for the cities towards combating climate change while planning their implementation measures.
We have to ensure sustainable growth, and therefore it is also about being climate sensitive. It's also about incorporating elements of climate adaptation and mitigation in our plans to build climate action in a way that, we are hungry for growth, we are an aspirational country. While we grow and while we develop the way we want to, we do not, negate negative consequences that can happen if we neglect the work on climate.
Germany and India have a long-term relationship. We are connected by over 70 years of diplomatic relations. We have regular, every 2 years, bilateral negotiations between between both of our governments. So with regard to our cooperation, it's very important that we have financial aid to India, but also technical aid. And Germany is ready for both. We are ready to commit another 10 billion euros over the next 10 years in our cooperation with India.
Aligned to this objective, Government of Germany is providing technical support to the Government of India, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, for including climate-sensitive measures in cities.
India was one of our first partner countries of the International Climate Initiative, the ICI, and the ICI Smart Cities project is actually one of our flagship initiatives. We need smart cities. Cities will decide whether we will win or lose the fight against climate change.
Through technical support from the Government of Germany under the Climate Smart Cities project, funded as a part of the International Climate Initiative, also known as ICI, an attempt was made to review the implementation of the Smart Cities projects in cities from a climate lens.
So the Climate Smart Cities project, when it was conceived, it was planned as a project which was getting the climate aspects in the Smart Cities mission. The Smart Cities mission of the Government of India is very wide, is very vast, covers the entire integrated urban development with digital aspects, inclusive, etc., etc. It has the environmental aspect, but somehow that angle was really missing. And that was a request that came to the Government of Germany from Government of India. And that's how the project then was conceived.
The project with its various partners supported development of Climate Smart Cities Assessment Framework and a Climate Smart Cities Self-Assessment Tool. This is a first-of-its-kind public assessment framework in India on climate-relevant parameters-based implementation and assessment in smart cities. Support was provided to National Institute of Urban Affairs for setting up Climate Center for Cities, C-Cube and Climate Alliance, comprising national, international and various city-level stakeholders to mainstream local climate actions. Capacity building measures under the project have a wider outreach, capacitating 17 regional institutions that provided training and various international exchanges between Indian and German cities via international smart cities networks and joint working groups.
So whatever tools we developed with the help of GIZ, we started scaling it up. I think we have done around 133 training programs last two years, and we have trained around 2,800 officials across 10 states. But idea is not to build just the capacity, but what we are trying to create with the help of GIZ is to create a capacity ecosystem.
The project has supported 3 cities, Kochi, Coimbatore and Bhubaneswar, to implement climate-sensitive actions and also supported 14 cities to strengthen its climate actions with the help of National Institute of Urban Affairs or NIUA, German Institute of Urban Affairs or DIFU, and Technical University of Berlin or TU Berlin. In the coastal city of Kochi, the project supported in development of improved collection and transportation systems for the city's municipal solid waste management and development of green building framework, and creates a lighthouse project by making the Kochi Municipal Corporation KMC a green building.
We are so interested in this project is that it might be a small project, but on a large scale it can be taken. If it is successful, it can be later implemented throughout the city.
Contributing to enhance urban green cover with urban design thinking process and management of construction and demolition waste are two actions that CSE project supported in the Coimbatore city.
This for sustainable development, GIZ has partnered with the city of Coimbatore, and it is very helpful in executing various projects in terms of the sustainable development of the city.
Project's third city, the temple city of Bhubaneswar, is situated in a vulnerable climatic zone where urban flooding is a menace that the city municipal corporation is struggling with every year. The CSE project contributed to develop a sponge city concept to implement a stormwater management plan.
There has to be a lot of cross learnings to actually face the challenges which would be coming as a result of the climate change, and therefore partnerships with organizations like GIZ, other institutions is very important in terms of fighting this climate change.
The persistent efforts of the project team and constant support by the national and state and city authorities become the success factor to bring a noticeable change on ground.
We use the learnings on implementation and the way things were approached in these three cities, use the knowledge and the frameworks that were developed across these countries, and then could condense them together through the interaction with these 40 different organizations and experts, and then we created our framework. And that, for the first time, to me, seems to have been able to bring about a certain clarity in what to do when you're talking about climate.
GIZ continues to be a strategic and knowledge partner to Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs endeavours to build local climate actions and help cities become climate resilient.
At the end of this huge mammoth exercise that we conducted, to do the planning, to stick to the planning, and to look at all systems together in a holistic manner, I think in the end we will have healthy, livable, environment-friendly cities and would have attained the goals of climate change.